Firefly training. All right, my name's Karl Smith. I am the only Firefly trainer. So I get the honor and the privilege of flying around the country as fast as I can, training as many technicians as I can to be able to take care of problems around the country for you guys, okay?
Nice.
Because no offense to you guys, but if I do my job right on the road, the less we have to hear from you guys at the office. Make sense? First and foremost, very first thing, do not be offended by anything that I have to say because I like to have a lot of fun. All right? How many people did not get a card that I was passing out? Okay. This card is going to have all your coach-specific information on it, okay? And I encourage each and every one of you to fill that out when you get back to your RV. All right? There you go. And the reason why is because on that card, all that coach-specific information is what we are going to ask you to identify what your vehicle is. Because a lot of people don't understand this, but just because it's a Midwest doesn't mean that all your coaches are the same, okay? Yes, it should be. It makes my job a lot easier. But it is not only by the model, but by the version. And I'm going to talk to you about how to find out what version you are. Because on that card it talks about GUI and logic. Do we have any programmers in here? People that understand programming? Yes? Okay, I'm going to break it down into its most basic form for you guys. Okay? On the CAN bus line, and CAN bus is not a Firefly product. That is automotive wide. Okay? We just speak on the CAN bus line. Now, I'm not formally trained in any other multiplexing system, but I know just by being in the field, ours is by far the most advanced. So I include in my training across the country, I include the CAN bus as well. And keeping that a healthy system, which is the avenue in which we speak on. Can you imagine driving around here with potholes and construction and things of that nature? That line of communication is not free and clear, okay? When we talk with binary code, okay? Which is ones and zeros. What is your name, sir?
Barry.
Barry, your new name is 1010, okay?
Like it.
Awesome. What is your name?
Nick.
0101. That's your new name. Okay? So on the CAN bus line, when Firefly's running the show, I call out 0101. Each and every single one of you hear my command and say, nope, that's not my name. And you go, oh, that's my name, and you get up and do your job. It's as simple as it gets. Okay? So addressing for us is everything. Voltages for us is everything. Okay? We communicate through voltages, okay, on our CAN high and our CAN low. Now, I've got some handouts for you guys just to show you what a healthy CAN bus system is, okay? We want specific voltages on that CAN bus in order for us to push that, what we call a package, down the line, okay? How many people have added stuff to their coach after they bought it? Aftermarket stuff. Yes? Unfortunately, okay, one thing that you're going to learn about the Firefly system is we are OEM based. We are manufacturer based. So whatever Midwest wanted to put in that specific vehicle is exactly what we programmed to be in that vehicle. But I wanted to add a Victron system to the EMS system, the battery management system. If Midwest didn't include that in the coding, in the programming that we wrote, you'd have to run it outside of our system. Okay, you can still run it within the coach, just not through Firefly. Okay? How many people, I ran into one couple that had a 12-volt AC taken off and a Houghton put on a couple years ago. Anybody else in that scenario?
Right over here.
Right there.
Yes? And it's not being run through the Firefly, is it? You need an update, okay? There's two top reasons for updates. Number one, manufacturer changes. 2 years ago in Gainesville, Florida, Midwest sent a technician down there and they were ripping the 12-volt ACs off because they found out real quick that 12-volt ACs do not hold up to southern temperatures. And they were throwing Houghtons on. Do you have a Houghton? Yep. So when I showed up on site to do my seminar, similar to this, there was 110 people that were not happy with me. Okay? I didn't have anything to do with that. But Midwest got a hold of us and told us, hey, we included the Houghton and made a change. So we need you to write programming to include those. And that's why I say you need an update. Now you can take that remote control, put it in the drawer as a secondary, and now you're going to be run through our system. Make sense? And number 2, yes, sir.
So what you just have to get like a hard drive or something to update the system?
Well, it's a little bit different than that. We send out files in 2 different ways. .bin files is what we send. And for you programmers that know a little bit about that, typically .bin files are malicious files because they're very small, that have a ton of information, and they're executable. I promise ours are clean, okay?
You put it on a thumb drive and then update it?
Yes, we instruct you how to put it on that thumb drive, okay? And again, don't be offended, but if we feel like there may be a little bit of a hiccup doing that, we'll actually preload it and send it to you. Make sense? Yes, ma'am.
Question. So I have when I bought the van, Suburban is already in it and Bree is already in it. So why is it not showing up in my Firefly? Because I have to use manually do the Suburban, the panel, and then there's a big remote. I manually use that.
Was it new when it had the grille put on it?
Well, yeah, I bought it new, so.
Okay.
You're talking
There's
about Suburban?
Yeah,
Something in
Suburban and the Green.
So Suburban's never been in the Firefly.
What about Green?
Same thing as our auto turn, which is the Timberline. That's never been in there either. So that's not on him. That's just something we've never had
What
programmed.
about Green AC?
Green
Because
AC.
that's not in it either.
So it's a mixed bag, right? It has the RTC module on it, and you guys can have that added. Then it will go into the Firefly communicator. If it has buttons on the bottom,
Yeah.
then it just uses buttons on the bottom.
I have
It doesn't have the
remote.
RTC.
So-
You can retrofit it to have an RTC module, and then it'll work with the Firefly.
So I'm getting great, to agree. You're saying that could be, something can be changed to get it into the Firefly?
depending on what version you have, okay? If Midwest did not include that grille air conditioner in the original programming, then they would have to contact us to be able to rewrite that programming. And then you would get an update to include that air conditioner.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
That's something someone would have to be personal and do that in the coach to do it, is that correct?
Yes, yes, yeah. And there's ways to go about doing that, and my phone text can walk you through each and every step of that, okay? And rallies like this, typically Midwest or manufacturers have people on site that could assist with that, or, put that information out, okay? Anyways, my main goal here is to get you guys to understand our system, okay? How many people know what your GUI and logic are? What versions you are?
No.
Yes? How did you find that out, my dear?
I just went on the screen and took pictures.
What
I haven't
screen?
put my van yet.
Firefly.
On the settings of something, I don't remember.
Yep, it's your settings page. Go to your settings gear, okay, and you're gonna see GUI. Does anybody know what GUI stands for? Yep, graphic user interface. That's the remote control to your TV, okay? That's the screen. That's where the GUI or the GUI lives. And then the logic, the LC, lives in the power module that actually puts out all the power, okay? And those two have to match, all right, in order to have a good working relationship, okay? A lot of things that, if things stop working within the coach, if your air conditioner stops working or a furnace stops working and we are integrated with that, we just want to make sure that that particular product didn't change in any way. And the reason why is because remember, we deal with ones and zeros, right? If I am running a Truma product, okay, or let's say, what air you went from Premier to Gree? Okay, Premier has an address or a name of the ones and zeros, okay? And as soon as you change that over to a different air conditioner, it has a new name. So I could be still calling it by its old name and it's not gonna listen to me. Does that make sense? Okay, we just need to get that address and get those names all sorted out, okay? And make sure that we're integrated with them. One of the things that I encourage each and every one of you to do is go to your settings page and press and hold on your model or your floor plan, okay? Just be mindful when you're doing this, you don't want to do any changes in there, okay? But what I encourage each and every one of you to do is to get in there and take a picture of all the options pages. So that way, if you ever do have a technician, an RV technician, that doesn't know what they're doing, there's some out there, that changes something on you, you can go back to your original settings. Okay? It's just documentation purposes for you guys. Okay? Does anybody have any questions or anything? Yes, ma'am.
Just, let's say our air conditioner rolls out, we're replacing it.
Uh-huh.
Can we reach out to Firefly to see if there's a pre-programmed fix? Or can we reach out to Midwest? Like,
Midwest would know that,
They
yes.
would know that.
Yes, ma'am, yes. And it's just version specific.
Right, we just don't want to go out and buy
Exactly.
a
No.
air conditioner and then
Yep.
come up with this, okay?
Yep.
And then get the update.
When you deal with those cards, okay, when you fill out all that information, okay, you can get a hold of us at fireflyint.com, okay? You can send us, I want to say it's support@fireflyint.com is our email address for you guys. Anyways, we are going to give you, or we could give you, if you requested it, what's called an NWD. It's a network wiring diagram. This is not Midwest's wiring diagram, but this is a Firefly wiring diagram. So this will tell you all your options. Okay, this will tell you everything that we are connected to. All right. Has anybody ever seen
what?
this in your coach?
No.
What is it?
Huh? This is a black. It's called a black label. Do you know where you guys?
Yeah, so we put it in utility bay, and you guys open up your closet, or your wardrobe. You have
Oh,
to
that,
opens
yeah.
up, You see the U12 board? It's up
The one I
inside
can't
out.
get to.
This is what's going to tell technicians and yourself if you're a DIY person. How many people own a multimeter?
I'm sorry, have what?
A multimeter? Never mind.
Hold
You don't know what it is. It's okay. Okay, now honesty now. How many people know how to use it? I gotta ask that question. I have to. No, I encourage each and every one of you that do have one, get familiar with it. Okay, please do. Because when my phone text asks you, hey, check for voltage here. Check this, because our system is as simple as power in, power out. That's all we do. We manage it. Okay? We just want you to be able to get those settings correct on your meter, and our phone text can help with that. It just prolongs it a little bit more. Okay? But this right here is going to be able to show you what operates what pins, what circuits are operating what. Yes, sir.
Are you going for all voltage?
Say again?
Are you going for all voltage?
Yes.
Or amps or just voltage, right?
Primarily voltage, yes. But I mean, we do have, we have 50 amps coming into our power module, and through custom programming, we assign each circuit a specific amperage. So if you ever has anybody ever seen an icon, one of those blue icons turn red? No. No? Perfect. That's an overcurrent, okay? It just means that somebody added an extra light or something isn't working. The motor's getting, coming to the end of its life on your awning or something of that nature, and it overcurrents the system, okay? It's not going to harm anything. We just cut voltage and show you where the fault is at. And that's one of the things that I love about our system, traveling the country, is you can actually use our system as a diagnostic tool to tell you where the problems are at, okay? And like I said, I teach technicians across the country to do that, okay? Any other questions?
How easy is it to add, there's a light on ours that is not used in the meter. it's like the mid pantry light. I have an option on the control panel, but I don't have that light. If I were to add that light, how do I get it into the?
What has happened, okay? What you're gonna do is you're gonna go to your settings page. Gentleman over here asked about, he has a light, or no, he has a light on his screen, a button, but there's no light in the coach.
Right.
Okay, to correlate with that. What you're gonna wanna do, sir, is go to your settings page, okay? Press and hold on your floor plan, and go to your lighting options, because chances are somebody checked a box at the manufacturer, and that box should not have been checked.
Okay, what if I want to add a light to that box? That is checked.
Good luck.
I'm going to step back and say, you know what, I would better suggest you going to a technician and asking their advice on that.
Okay.
Okay, and the only reason why is because you paid a lot of money for your RV, didn't you? Okay.
No, after I stole it.
No.
I didn't wear a shirt.
You guys, well, that's one of the things when we deal with coach owners. Okay, you guys get frustrated and everything else, and we just don't want to get too technical with you guys. Okay, and the reason why is because you guys paid a lot of money for your vehicle. All right, and we're trying to protect that for you. Okay, while we're reverse polarity protected, if you go poking and prodding around, you may fry something in that coach, and it's going to cost you a lot more than what the repair would have been just to fix that light. Make sense?
Yeah.
And I appreciate that, that understanding as well.
So the easiest thing to do is just kill that option in the tools. Or
Remove. Don't kill anything,
Yeah, remove.
because then we call 911 again. Yep. Yes, ma'am.
How often do you upgrade the LC and the GUI version?
Is everything working?
Yeah.
Then you don't touch it. Okay? Programmers they put the ones and the zeros in place. Okay? And while they are very, very good at what they do, how many people have done a tour of the plan? Okay? You see those dimly lit desks where the 20-year-olds are sitting writing code? Okay? I would fall asleep at those dark desks. But anyways, they're writing code, and a lot of times, even though they're great at what they do, they'll fix one thing and something else will break in the system. Because again, we're dealing with ones and zeros. Okay? So the common theme is, if it's not broke, you don't fix it. I have coach owners all the time and technicians that get a hold of me that say, hey, I need an update. And I step into the problem and I say, why? What's broke? Well, nothing. I just want the latest and greatest from Firefly. You're already late and great because you got Firefly. Make sense? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Okay? If there are two top reasons for for updates is number one, manufacturer changes. When Midwest did away with those 12-volt ACs and put Houghtons on, that was a manufacturer change.
Great.
We wrote programming, and now each and every one of you should have gotten an update. Make sense?
Great,
Huh?
great, they're using great.
Gotcha, but I'm talking about the change that already happened. I'm not sure if that programming has been written or not. Okay?
No, what they're putting on them now agrees.
Correct. Yeah. Yep. Second reason is bug fixes. Now, if I'm a 7.1, okay, and my neighbor's a 7.4, well, I want the latest and greatest. I want to be a 7.4. Again, if it's not broke, you don't fix it, because my rig may have rolled off the line in January and I didn't have any bugs. Whereas my neighbor rolled off the line in June and he was a 7.2 that had a bug in it. So he needed a 7.3, maybe even a 7.4 to fix it. And I never even saw that bug in 7.2, so why change and cause problems? Make sense? Awesome. Questions? Yes, sir.
So sometimes on our tank sensors on the Firefly display, we see these blue underlines, and I do not have a decoder ring that says, what does that mean?
Next question? No, I'm just kidding. No, that I can tell you just by hearing the blue line. That is a true tank situation. please get a hold of us, okay? Sometimes Midwest has had us rewrite programming to include what is called an optimization kit. We're actually gonna change those sensors out to something that works a little bit better. But if it doesn't, then we can actually, I have a full service manual that we could provide to you to assist in that, okay? It's just,
Good question.
yeah, yes. And believe me, around the country, I tell technicians, if you ever see True Tank, please get a hold of us and see if there's an optimization kit, okay?
True tank?
True Tank. It's a tank monitoring system, that's all I'm gonna say.
Got it.
Anything else?
Surge protector,
What about it?
on board or auxiliary, right from the box, surge protector, as opposed to the one that's supposedly on board the van. And,
There's been a mix, don't use it.
don't
because
use
surge
it, do
protector
use it, because
coming.
it confuses the one on the van, the surge protector on the box, on the electric box.
I can't, okay, let me speak to it like this.
Confuse the Firefly is what,
No,
why we're
it's not
asking.
gonna do that.
Okay.
No. There's one fuse between that pole and our control system, our power module, and it's a 50 amp fuse. That's it.
50.
Yeah, 50 amp fuse.
We only have 30 amp service.
Okay, well then it would,
Yeah, we have 30 amp service.
can you help me out with this? Even though it's a 30 amp coach,
Yes.
do you put a 50 amp fuse in line before the Firefly, or you drop it down to a 30? Down to a 30? Then yours would be a 30. Okay, sorry, I'm used to dealing with 50 amp services.
He doesn't
Um,
using 30s, so yeah, but you guys
Yep.
have 30s.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
So I didn't understand that because I think more of the question is, do you have to have a surge protector on the box coming from the ground? Do you have to have one of those?
Not for Firefly. I can't speak to anything else in that coach and the coach itself, but I am just saying, you already have a 30 amp fuse or a fuse between that pole and our power module.
You can blow a fuse for your fry anything?
Say again?
You can blow a fuse for anything it's fried?
Yes.
What about low voltage?
Low voltage, I'm gonna give you, a lot of my answers are, okay. The reason why is because so many things are different, okay? Low voltage, manual says 9 to 14 volts, okay? You don't even wanna get close to 9,
Right.
okay? Industry standard is usually about 10 and a half. 10 and a half is as minimal as we want to see it, okay? Because you're gonna cause things on your appliances like chatter, okay? When you apply low voltage to a relay, it's gonna go click, 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 okay? And it's ruining the relay, okay? We want to see between 10 and a half and 18 volts. Do not put more than 18 volts to that system, okay? For a technician, that means taking your DeWalt battery that's 20 volt, you can't jumper it into our system. It has to be 18 and less. Anything else? Anybody dealing with a scenario that you're having a hard time dealing with the Firefly system? Okay?
All right, now,
Or operating something?
all right, now.
We have an issue with voltage on the house battery, even with a new battery in it, so now I'm starting to question whether or not it's actually getting charged properly.
Does it have an SOC in it? State of charge.
Yeah, it'll show me on the screen, it'll compare house
Okay.
and,
One of the things that you're gonna wanna make sure that you do, okay, somebody, you sir, Peter, correct? You got a check? Yeah, you've been called a lot of things in your life, haven't you? No, I'm just playing. No, to get that battery setting proper or correct, okay? Some systems, and again, I don't know 100% of what you guys are looking at because we have upwards towards 100 OEMs that we're in, okay, and models and versions and everything else, okay? But if you do not put the correct type of battery, then that could be that alteration that makes it not read properly. So you just want to verify, is it a lithium battery? Then you want lithium selected. Okay? Yes, ma'am.
I have a new 2026, and when I plug into shore power, I don't get the little arrows going from shore power, you know, the little line with the arrows.
Mhm.
Why?
I never get it. I had it and then it stopped.
Because that's how I tell when I'm successfully plugged in and,
Well, a couple of different things could be going on. Number one, Midwest may have not wanted that anymore. Okay? Or,
Well, it was there and all of a sudden.
or I'll be honest with you, okay? Something that new, okay, may be a bug. Okay, I'm not trying to panic or anything else of that nature. But anything a year or newer, okay, I still consider, hey, is it a possibility it could be a bug?
So,
Okay.
is it a settings, is this a settings, you're talking about when you show power, does it show shore power?
I don't know that I'm plugged in, other than I have a little light on my plug.
They used to move, now
Yeah.
they don't.
Yeah.
Do you have a Victron system in your coach?
Check on that.
You
I
should be
mean,
able
we
to see
know
it through
it's
Victron.
plugged in. I
Are you
gotta
saying
check
it
on
charged,
where
or
it
is
shows
because
it.
your breaker might have popped?
No, because it was in two different
If this was a
campsites.
2026,
Yeah.
I know that this was a bug.
It is a bug.
Okay.
It was supposed to be
Yep.
in it. We have quite a few units out there where the system functions entirely like it is
Fine.
supposed to.
Right.
It just doesn't display that, so you might not know it. And that is a
Is that
bug
gonna
is
be
being-
fixed? Because
It
it's,
is.
make me feel more
Right now,
comfortable
it's
to
at
know that
Firefly
it's.
getting that bug fixed. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't think I've ever seen that. That's when we plug it in and
sorry?
we hear beep, we know it's plugged in. That's when we hear it.
Again, with those cards, I'm gonna go right back to those cards. Fill all the information on those cards and get a hold of us, because we can tell you, what we're gonna do is take your information and we're gonna pull up what we call the wiki notes. Those are programmer notes. So if you call us and say, hey, you know what, my air conditioner is not working, okay, or my problem is blah, 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 we're gonna pull those notes up and say, oh yeah, here's the fix for it. We're gonna send you an update. Make sense? However, if it's not on there, then we're not gonna send the update, or should not send the update.
Like I told you, I'm getting inconsistent readings on my gauges.
Yep, you would want to get a hold of us to see if it's it's a possibility that it could have been a bug that you needed an update for.
Okay?
Anybody else? No other questions?
I don't know enough to ask questions.
Thank you.
Stay tuned.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.